Welcome.
Enter witty comment here. Hi. Happy
What's up,
Tuesday. Blah, blah, blah.
everybody? Happy Tuesday!
Uh,
Welcome to a
Yeah.
mug.
who
It's,
brought
it's,
the
a, and it's a very
tacos?
special Tuesday because it's Shauna's week.
It is.
Where's
It
that
really
playback coming
is.
from?
That I don't know where it's coming from.
It's not me,
It's not
is
me.
it?
It's not me either. Where's that playback coming
Somebody's got the YouTube playing in the background.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. My phone.
It's Ken.
My phone decided to start talking.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the
from?
heck is going on? I don't.
Funny.
Yeah. It's here we go with the muck
I,
again.
I,
We
I,
we
I,
are.
I just heard Shauna laughing on my phone.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
cow, that was weird. Okay.
it's
Oh my
amazing.
gosh.
Well,
It's
hey, we know you're watching the show.
Yep, we
yes.
know you're
Yes.
watching.
And
You're
I've
watching.
had ghosty things happen to me today. I
Oh
looked
Uh,
gosh, really?
I looked everywhere for about 15, 20 minutes, freaking out because I had taken some notes for a phone call today. And I'm like, where the hell is it? I looked in the trash. I looked in the shred pile. I looked in every one of my notes. The three piles of information. I looked through every single page. I even brought some stuff up to the front and I went up there and I said, is there a note stuck to one of those pieces of paper? No. I come back and right in the middle of the floor where I just walked across, 10 minutes before, it's now laying on the floor.
uh,
And I'm
Oh,
like, where did that come from? So I just
I
looked
don't.
up
wow.
and our,
I don't
our
think that's
office,
ghosty thing. I think that's AGE.
AGE, maybe.
AGE, no,
AGE,
I mean,
possible.
I
But
I've got
no,
an infestation of that too, so
it
I
was
get
like,
it.
it's just, but I would have walked right over it and I had looked all over the place, including the floor and everything. It's like, no, it's nowhere. And I come back and here it is sitting on the floor. I'm like, really, guys?
That's
But
wild.
Really,
I know
if
we
I'm
have
haunting
a,
someplace, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do slightly annoying things.
well,
Right?
yeah,
yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
Just to make them
yeah,
think they're nuts.
yeah.
And I'm always going to lift the toilet seat.
Oh,
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 that's just
yeah.
oh man, that's not good.
What's up, Enzo?
Anyway,
All right, so events going on in Oklahoma, guys.
Oh,
Saturday at
you
2
were
p.m.
ready
we
for it.
have.
I
I
just
am.
knew for sure. I just knew for sure you're going to be like, it's my week.
Well, at first I was like, oh, and then I let Ken talk, and then I did my little background stuff and pulled some shit
aha.
up, stuff up.
yeah, I can see her going like this.
That's hilarious. Go,
So this
go, go.
Saturday at 2 p.m. we have Edmond Library Paranormal Files, Strange, Oklahoma. That's going to be at the Edmond Library. I know Brian Terrell and Red Dirt Cryptid
Terrell.
Investigations are be doing Terrell. I always say Terrell. Oh my god, I'm
Well, that's what I say. I don't think he knows how to pronounce his name. I think he told us wrong.
Yeah, it's Brian. It's not us.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Terrell, Brian Terrell, and Red Dirt Cryptid Investigations are doing this event at the Edmond Library. So
Nice.
guys, go support him. Coming up and that's at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Then
2 p.m. or 2 p.m.
what's that noise? Ari, are you singing? Shh. I heard singing and I was like,
Tell her
wait a
she's
minute,
gonna
what's that?
tell her she's gonna sing. She's got to pick up the mic and come up and.
It's
So
Adrian
quiet.
said, if you're gonna sing, you gotta pick up the mic and come sing. So September 26th and 27th, starting at 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the 27th, Oklahoma largest annual Iris sale. It's gonna be at Will Rogers Garden Exhibition Center. Duration is 2 days. It's Oklahoma's largest annual Iris sale. It's Friday through Saturday, September 26th through the 27th, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. They have thousands of bare root irises available for sale. So if you want to go buy one, go buy one.
And their motto is "This bud's for you."
That's pretty good.
Probably.
That's pretty good.
That is really good. Really good. I'll give you claps on that one.
Thank you. I'm only here on Tuesdays.
Saturday, October 18th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. They have the Brookside Boo-Ha-Ha. That's at
Blah.
Brookside, Tulsa. So join them for a 2025 Brookside Boohaha on Saturday, October 18th from 9 a.m. to noon in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They have over 10,000 in attendance each year. So go enjoy the Boohaha.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been to one, so I don't know. T-Pain is going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma on the 25th of October at 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So those of you that are interested in T-Pain, I think he's pretty good for the synthesizing singing. Anywho's it was, I liked him on Lonely Island. T-Pain, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, October 25th. Then we have the Old School Moon Man Block Party 2025 this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Again, it's called the Old School Moon Man Block Party in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Come join them for their second annual block party, a day to laugh, dance, sing, play games, reminisce, make new memories, and celebrate life.
Cool.
Then we have Thursday, that's this Thursday at 7 p.m. Goo Goo Dolls is going to be at the Oklahoma City Zoo Amphitheater. Those that are old school, kind of like myself and the rest of us that are on here, have heard of the Goo Goo Dolls. They're going to
We
be at the
also
Oklahoma
suffer
City
from
Zoo.
this AGE infestation.
AGE, yes, that's it.
That's been a popular comment tonight.
Yes, it has. It has very much so. Sunday, October 19th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Nate Bargatze. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced the name. Gonna be at the A.M.O.K Center in Tulsa. Again, that's Nate Bargatze. He's a singer. Stand-up comedy. He's a comedian. He's a comedian. I don't know this dude. I'm sorry. I haven't seen his comedy yet. I'm gonna have to look into it though. Anywho, that's October 19th at 7 p.m. on a Sunday. Then we have Honey Hill Pumpkin Patch Opening Day, September 27th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, it's called Honey Hill Pumpkin Patch Opening Day. It's in Poto, Oklahoma. Duration is 8 hours. You can decorate pumpkins, games, animal petting pen. You can move the little ones onto the barrel train and take your pictures with Penelope Pumpkin. A couple more.
Okay.
November 29th, a little on out there on a Saturday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. You have the Stop and Shop Local 2025. That is going to be at 135 Northwest 2nd Street in Lawton, Oklahoma at the Hilton Garden Inn. Again, it's called the Stop and Shop Local. I do not know what that actually is. It's for small businesses. I think it's about like a bunch of vendors or something for small businesses. So go support your small businesses. Need to really support the small businesses. Saturday, September 27th, 4th annual Cops and Cars Indoor Car and Bike Show. That's going to be at 15981 US Highway 283 in Altus, Oklahoma. I really do encourage a lot of people that don't trust cops or don't think that cops are great to go and actually see some of this stuff that goes on with the cops, or even see if they have a ride along, because they actually have to put up with more shit than what you think so.
But you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
September 27th. There's something special.
There's something special, right?
It's way more,
Yes.
way more exciting.
I'll get to that in just a moment. Saturday at 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Red, white, and blue, a birthday fly-in at Enid Woodward Regional Airport. So if you want to go see some planes and see some cool stuff go on, that's Saturday from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. October 30th, Halloween in Woodward, Oklahoma. Get ready for a fantastic Halloween weekend in Woodward. Whether you're looking for a haunted house, a trunk or treat, or the best spooky sales, and local businesses have everything. So that's October 30th from 3 p.m. to November 1st till 11 p.m. So it's October 30th from 3 p.m. to November 1st till 11 p.m. So it goes on for a couple of days. Then we have Saturday, October 25th, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Haunt Old Town in Old Town Moore. It's going to be at 101 North Main in Moore, Oklahoma. Businesses, churches, organization groups in Moore and the surrounding areas will set up booths in the heart of Moore's Old Town District and hand out candy to the children. Then we have on the 27th, the one must place you've got to go is Border Town in Caney, Kansas, to see our fabulous faces there and a lot more, because there's going to be a lot more vendors, a lot more stuff going on, panels. Pam, what all's going on there?
Oh my gosh, we have all kinds of good stuff going on. Adrian, I sent you the flyers.
Oh, you want me? I thought you sent it to her.
Well, no, you can pull him too. Either way. So we have
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff going on. I'm pulling up the thing so I can see it too. Okay, so yeah, like Michelle was saying, we have panels going on. We have presentations. There's a workshop by the one and only Brian Terrell. He is with Red Dirt Cryptid out of Enid, Oklahoma, and he's going to be giving a workshop on how to professionally research and hunt Bigfoot. And there are only
Oh,
20
nice shot.
spots available, so there's no pre-sale. So if you're interested, you got to be at the door early to get your spot. We've got
Definitely.
psychic medium that'll be there, Christy Campbell out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've got tarot readers, we've got rune readers, we've got tons of raffles, and
Cool.
we've got probably at least double the amount of vendors that we had last year. And we've got all kinds of podcasts, including ours, that'll be there. We've got
No,
have
that's
pizza.
terrible.
Did you get it?
Zoom it. Zoom it.
What's up there?
Zoom it
I,
bigger.
see, oh, no, this is all wrong. See, get this back to where it's supposed to be.
Oh!
It never. I quit. I try.
Oh my god. Oh,
I am
pass out. You're dizzy.
for somebody who works technology like I do. I have no problem working the machine to do some crazy stuff with it. But this kind of this stuff just shuts me down all the time. So anyhow, I try.
All right. Well, that's the flyer. If
suck.
you want to see the flyer, it's going to be shared on my page. It's going to be shared on Pam's page. It's going to be
Yep.
shared on Non-Knowledge page and the
On
A.M.O.K
A.M.O.K
page.
as well. So
So take a look at it. And then October, is it the 26th and 27th?
Yes.
Is the A.M.O.K? Okay.
No.
26th and 20. No. Is it 27th? What is the October? What's
Oh
the
my
date?
God.
25th and 26th.
26th.
25th and 26th.
25th, 26th. Yes.
The Arkansas Paranormal Expo in
The
Little
weekend
Rock,
before Halloween.
Arkansas. Y'all need to go to that one too, because that's at a fantabulous museum. If you want to learn some little military history, it's a great museum, the MacArthur Museum. Then you're going to see Adrian's face, you're going to see Pam's face, you're going to see my
Wow.
face, you'll see Ken's face when he gets there. We're going to all be there representing our teams, representing our other podcasts, or representing A.M.O.K. So you got to go and see the speakers that they have there, because they have some amazing speakers there every year. And I always get so excited to go to that one. That one and Bordertown
Good
are my
time.
favorites. So
Yeah.
yes, be at Little Rock.
It's
See us there.
because it's just good times. You know what I mean? I
It
like
is
it.
way good times. Yes.
Although we work, it's fun stuff. So I enjoy that because I enjoy getting
Yes.
out. I love cons the most. I mean, it started out where I loved investigating the most, but I like cons the most because I love to be able to just
Yes.
chit chat with people. And I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys know this or not about us, but we like to talk. So anyhow.
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
hey, Shauna, why don't you introduce our guest?
Well, I sent the link, but
his
it's gonna be Mr. Brownbag.
It's an
Brown Bag.
invisible guest.
Mr. Brownback.
Yes,
Okay.
I sent the link, but our guest did not show up. So unfortunately, our guest is not here tonight.
Stood up
It
again.
was Joe. But maybe it was
Was Joe.
because they forgot. Who knows?
They forgot. That's all right.
Maybe
That's
it's
okay, 'cause we
maybe
always
an
have
emergency came up or something.
we have the handy dandy bag. I like the handy dandy bag. So that's it. Let's see.
It's been
Mr.
I got to the
Brown
point now,
Bag.
I forgot what's all in here now. So anyhow,
Now I've got
Oh,
Mr. Brownstone in my head.
here we go.
oh gosh.
You know what? Yep.
Jumanji?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
What's it? Oh, that was
Okay, I got
Brainstorm.
it. Dealing with AGE and the paranormal. No.
Wait,
that's not I
what?
got.
Oh,
Like-
dealing with the AGE and the paranormal. Yeah, I think that's a good one for the show tonight.
If only you could exercise that would be great. Maybe exercise would
I
help.
couldn't hear that. What was that?
No, actually, I got one here that's an interesting one, and I don't know if we'll be able to spend the whole time on it, but we have other topics in there. But I got it's you can't see it, doppelgangers.
Oh, we just saw it. Oh,
There were two of them, right?
doppelgangers. Okay.
Doppelganger.
So I
For
got a
those who
story on
don't know.
doppelganger. Actually, I got 2 stories on doppelgangers.
Yeah?
So
You got
when
45 minutes. Go.
Okay.
when
I'm
I
gonna sit back and wait. Go ahead.
back when I was a teenager, way
When I
back
was
in the
a wee
day,
little boy.
when I was a wee little one. No, I was about 16 or 17 years old, and I was told by this one girl that I worked with that I actually looked a lot like somebody else, that they could have sworn I was her twin. So we decided we were going to play a little trick on that girl's boyfriend, and I was going to sit in the dark and see what happens. Well, he comes in, he starts sitting down, he starts talking to me like, "Why are you in the dark? What's going on?" And he leans in, and I'm like, "Okay, wait, no." Come to find out, I had a doppelganger somewhere in my town that looked just like me. I never met her, never saw her. That was it. I was like, "I'm sorry. They wanted me to play a prank on you." Back in the day when we were teenagers, pranks were a thing. But apparently, this girl looked just like me, and I looked just like her. Never saw her, never met her. So I don't know.
Huh.
Then I
They say
moved
everybody got a
here.
twin.
And
And then
she
I moved
followed
here.
you.
No, she didn't
Oh,
follow me, but somebody else came up to me and called me somebody else's name and told me that I looked just like this person that they knew. And I'm like, well, I don't know her. Haven't met that person either. But I mean, maybe there are doppelgangers out there that are just like us somewhere else.
There's
Who
a
knows?
Facebook
Well,
page and it says "Find My Twin" basically, and they have tons of pictures of people that have gone on there and found someone that looked enough like them they could have been
isn't
twins,
that crazy?
or at least
That is kind of scary.
yeah.
Right after I got out of the military, I started working in a hospital in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I was working there and doing this one patient, and he started talking to me about me playing the piano, and I was like, man, I can't play any musical instrument. It'd be great to. He's like, really? He said, I swear you're at the pyramid. I'm like, no, I don't. I've never been in that building. He said the guy who does that the piano bar in there. He said looked just like me. So I wanted to go. I never did go, and just to see
Wow.
myself. But I don't think I was lookalike. Uh, I think on the more the paranormal side, you're not supposed to be able to see yourself. Isn't that supposed to be a bad thing?
yes. Supposed to
Yeah,
be a
it is. That's a very
harbinger
bad
of
thing.
death.
Yeah.
A
It's a what?
harbinger of
Maybe
death.
that's why I never met them.
A
I had.
harbinger of death.
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
Right.
I didn't say death. I said death.
Yeah.
Um,
That's just rude. No,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I know that I have seen twice during an investigation one of my investigators, but it wasn't them. So I know what that's all about. So it's kind of weird. I know I didn't talk to them, but I saw them, and when a little later they were in another area that they couldn't have been right there. So kind of odd.
yeah.
So I know. So is it actually a doppelganger? Can ghosts change the way they look?
Yes,
I don't know. Yes, you think so?
Oh.
I think so.
How many stories have you heard about hauntings where people have seen either themselves or a spouse or someone in their family in the
Oh,
house
right.
when it's not them? Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
it'd be like a
Or
mimic,
maybe even the mimic. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
except in corporeal form, as opposed to just a voice.
I mean,
Mm.
Did you see
I've
what
heard
it?
voices. I mean, when you talk about mimicking and stuff like that, we've heard voices sounds like one of our investigators, or even sounds like us, and like
Mm.
that's odd. But I don't know. Sometimes in the dark when it's creepy, you hear voices.
Yeah.
It's all and it's all creepy.
Sometimes in the
What
dark
ends up
when
it?
it's creepy, you hear voices.
Well, like Julie said, is it a ghost or is it something else? So, like, I don't know if a
Mm.
ghost could show themselves. They may show themselves in different, uh, like a
Ages
wispy,
or
like dark shadow, or like a
Right.
person. But can they make themselves look like you? I don't know. But could that be a demonic thing, or like you say, a harbinger of death? I don't
Mm.
know. What what would that be? I don't know.
I would think the
uh,
doppelganger would be more like a demonic thing if it's a mimic,
well,
especially if it's a mimic.
well, either that or some type of an earth spirit.
Yeah, it could be anything.
possibly. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, but a mimic, I've seen mimics. Matter of fact, I've had one definite experience. I keep thinking there might have been another one, but we're doing an investigation at a YWCA or something. And after it was over, exactly, we didn't sing though, but I went to the front. When I left the main room, the other guy was packing up all of the equipment. I went out to the main room, went to the front door, and locked it, turned around, and I see him. This, like, not even 2, 3 minutes. I turned around and I see him walking the other direction, like from the bathrooms, heading towards the room that we were packing. And I took about 4 or 5 steps up so I could look in the room. He's already in there, and this thing is gone.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, whoa, that was pretty creepy. That was pretty
Yeah.
creepy. So that was my one
Yeah.
that I can remember pretty well.
Enzo said, I've run into that myself when I was in the military. I still have friends that think I went on a trip with them when I didn't. That's pretty
That
cool.
is crazy. Oh my gosh.
Really? Wow. That is really
Yeah.
crazy.
It was a
Wow.
Mission Impossible dude with the little thing in his suitcase
That
that made a face to look like
you were just
Somebody
he's
playing
on
peeled
a
it
trip.
off and
undercover. Yep.
peeled it off and
You're just
somebody else.
undercover.
But
You
yeah,
know,
It
the
Julie,
was
house
Tom
that we used
Tom
to live in,
Tom Cruise. It was Tom Cruise.
yeah, Tom Cruise, yeah.
the house that I used to live in, there was a time when my youngest son, Eric, he swore he saw his dad go through the kitchen, and in where our kitchen was, you could come through this doorway that came by the staircase and go through the kitchen and around a corner, and then there was a short hall that had a bathroom in it. And he watched his dad, go through there. And then he was waiting on him to come back out, and he didn't. So he looked for him, and he wasn't there. And his dad was, I can't remember if he was upstairs or in the living room, one or the other, completely on a different part of the house. And we actually just talked about that not too long ago. He was asking me if I remembered that because it really freaked him out.
Well, yeah, I
Wow.
could see
That
that.
would freak me out too.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh
Is
my
it,
gosh.
as opposed to being, a mimic or something, how there is residual hauntings where something has just stayed on a path, it doesn't change or anything. Is that what it is? The beginnings of a residual haunt, you know?
If
Mm,
it's a doppelganger and it looks like you, is it you in the future? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we all,
I was just gonna
yeah,
oh.
I
yeah,
was
we
Yeah.
talk about this stuff and it's all crazy. So I don't know what's right or wrong. You get in that all them different theories of it, and I'm like, I don't know about that stuff. But uh, a lot of this paranormal stuff is kind of wackadoodle, anyways. But but there's a lot of, well, it really is, and some of the theories that
It
people
is.
say, I just like,
Yeah.
no, I don't see that. But the doppelganger is kind of a weird one because just seeing yourself outside of seeing yourself in a mirror would be kind of
Yeah.
just, that would
That
be
would
kind
be
of
pretty creepy.
odd.
yeah.
Okay, here's a question.
I
How
ki-
quickly would you recognize yourself if you saw yourself out somewhere? Because the only time you see yourself is a reverse reflection in a mirror.
Yeah, I
You
think I would
don't
recognize
really
myself
see
pretty good
yourself
because I'd
walking
say,
anywhere.
"My God, he's so good looking." Oh,
oh, that's more.
Oh.
I,
No,
I
I
must
think it
be
would be
gay.
weird.
That is a good question.
I think it would be weird to actually see like one of you guys out and about. Like if we're on a paranormal investigation or something, and then we saw Adrian and Adrian's not with us, or we see Pam and Pam's
Yeah,
not with us. That would be really like,
that
hey,
would,
when did you get here?
yeah,
Well, it could be that people can be places in spirit only, whether they're alive or gone. So if they're really concentrating and focusing on a particular place or whatever, I wonder. I think it might be possible that they could show up at least, maybe not totally clearly, um, but at least noticeable, if that makes sense.
well,
I don't know.
there's
Yeah,
cases
Possible.
of doppelgangers where, like, I know one that comes to mind is a mother. Basically, she woke up to find her son standing at the foot of her bed, and she was like, "What are you doing here?" He was in the war. He was across the country, in another country. And what happened? They find out later that he had died about the same time that she saw him in her
yeah.
room. So
But
it was like,
that wouldn't necessarily be a doppelganger. That would
But
be the spirit.
well,
that's a
he's
vi-
like two places though.
Yeah.
that'd be more like a visitation. I think that's what
Yeah.
I would call that. But because I saw my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
saw my dad several times after the fact. So I would think that's more of a visitation type thing. But I've only had the one visual that I can remember, doppelganger type occurrence. But I have had numerous experiences where, I'm at an investigation or somewhere and I call out to somebody in another room. I get an answer and I'm like,
Oh.
oh, okay. I get an answer, carrying on a conversation. And all of a sudden the conversation stops and the person walks in the door behind you. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
Mm.
that's pretty
Yeah.
crazy
That's
too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if you call that doppelganger voice, like Adrian was saying a while
Mm.
ago, but that is kind of interesting though. I
I
can
would say
tell,
that is interesting.
I can tell you about two twins that apparently I had that came out of nowhere back in the 80s for me. Apparently, I had the picture. I don't know where it's at now, but on a newspaper, somebody brought in a newspaper to me and said, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "No." The person looked identical to me, and he was at a political rally, apparently on the front page of a newspaper up in Iowa. And
Huh.
Oh wow.
No. I said, "You saw me. I was here. I wasn't there anywhere yesterday." The other one, I got also made the newspaper. This was a St. Louis newspaper, and one of the guys I work with brought it in. And said, "I got a question for you. What were you doing the other day? Can you tell me where your whereabouts were?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm here. What's going on?" He goes, "Well, I think we see your picture in the paper." And I'm like, "What?" I used to wear a cowboy hat, and I forget what car I drove, but there was a photo of a man looked just like me wearing the same cowboy hat that I had,
Huh?
like a straw thing, in the same type of vehicle, color, year, everything.
He's a poser.
And I'm like, what? No, that was really really weird.
That's
So
wild.
so twins, yeah, I
That's
can
what I
see
say.
it.
That's not a doppelganger.
Yeah.
That's a poser.
But
He wanted to
that's
be
a
just
He
like.
is a poser.
okay. Poser. There you go. Whatever. So okay, same thing. I call them twins, but it's okay. But
Right.
yeah, but no, this it's an interesting topic that you mentioned a couple minutes ago. I wonder if sometimes these doppelgangers, we're not actually maybe, or maybe we are looking into the near future.
Could
You
be.
know, the person, like I said,
Hmm.
I saw here, and
So it's more.
may
You think it's more of a second sight type thing?
well, he was really here, but I was looking, for example, I saw something happen in the future where he was coming from the bathroom going the other direction. And of course, when
Yeah.
I spotted him, that vision was gone. So could it be just a vision and
You're
not
saying it's all in your
really?
head.
Reflection of parallel timeline. Ooh.
There you
It's
go.
kind of
I, I like that.
parallel
Yep.
timeline. Yeah. Well, it's kind of.
That's a
Yeah.
good way to say it. Yeah, I like that,
Yes.
Enzo.
Yep.
He's just smart.
What's up, Lizardith?
I'm actually
Over
He's
on
writing
the
a
that one
Twitch
down,
side.
Enzo. That was a good one.
That was a
I'm
good one.
I'm writing that down.
So it's an interesting concept to think about the parallel timelines, or an opening in the veil or something that shows us the alternate part. Because a lot of people believe in the veil splitting, and if the veil is splitting, there may be an alternate timeline, so to speak, that we're on, and that henceforth comes with the Mandela effect of
Hmm.
a lot of things happening that you believe so much that happened, but it didn't happen.
Or
But
it
you and
really
five other
did.
people know it
It
did
happened.
happen. Like the damn cornucopia on the darn Fruit of the Loom, okay?
Uh,
It was there.
Yeah, it was,
That is a
and
weird one.
it was in color.
Yes, it was.
Hmm.
Uh
Apple and
Oh,
so
orange. Apple and
you said,
orange
was
and a
there a
banana.
conquistador present? Never mind. It's a yeah, the Spanish.
Lone says, "Hi, I like this doppelganger talk." Yeah, it's very interesting.
It is interesting for sure.
Well, I
Think
mean,
about that kind of stuff.
we say that we have a ghost cat in this house, and it
Mhm.
looked like our cat, and like I saw, named her Kiki because
Aw.
by the time we figured out her name, she knew how to answer the "Here, Kiki, Kiki, Kiki," right? So we just started calling her Kiki. But I was walking down the hall and I walked past the bathroom, and then Kiki jumped down off the sink and onto the floor, and I said, "Bad kitty, that's supposed to be on the cabinet." And I go downstairs, and Kiki's actually asleep on the floor in our living room. I'm like, okay, well, I saw the cat,
Oh,
but it looked just like Kiki. So does our ghost cat look like Kiki, or was it a doppelganger of Kiki? I don't know.
That's
But
pretty cool.
uh,
It was mental telepathy in a
I don't
visual
want to know. I don't want
form.
cats to
It's
have
like
mental telepathy. It's terrible.
I'm gonna screw up my master. I'm gonna dream about this. I'm gonna be up on the thing and jump in front of him. I don't know.
You know,
I just,
Abraham Lincoln, he saw a vision of himself in a mirror,
yep.
double image. Actually, it was like one of them, his face looked kind of normal, but the other one it didn't. It was really ghost like and weird. And
is that when he was hunting vampires?
no, no, no.
That's a great movie. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Uh oh.
I
Yeah.
think that was fake. Um,
Fake! No way.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Did I?
How dare you? No,
I
I'm
think
just
I've never
kidding.
seen it. But yeah, no, and they took that as a sign that he wouldn't finish his second term, and he didn't. He
Yeah,
was assassinated.
because he
Mm.
saw himself.
Yeah,
Yep.
he took it as an omen that he wouldn't survive, his second term. And somebody else famous did too. Saw something of themselves. Uh, Queen, somebody, one of the queens. It's gonna bother me. Hang on.
Was it Queen
That's gonna bother
Elizabeth?
me. Well, what Ken was saying are harbingers, so maybe
Yeah,
it is. You
did you
gonna
see?
die.
Yeah, it was Queen Elizabeth. She
Yeah.
she supposedly she saw
Wow.
a corpse-like version of herself laying in bed shortly before she fell ill, and then she died.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Oh, well,
Elizabeth the
actually,
first, though, not the last Elizabeth. This was
yeah.
Elizabeth the first. Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
crazy.
cool.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't want to see myself. Even
No.
though. All right, let's see where we go. Let's go back to the bag. Let's see.
Ah, we're done with the doppelganger
Oh.
talk.
Jess said, "What kind of an omen was it when naked Churchill saw Ghost Lincoln?" Yeah, that's a scary one. Yeah,
Oh,
he was staying in Lincoln bedroom at the White House, and he
yeah.
came out after a shower, and there was Lincoln, and he was standing there naked, going, "Oh,
Okay.
nice."
Hey, how
Mm.
about spirits moving things? Is that one of the
Uh,
topics?
what? I didn't pull that out of the bag.
I'm curious.
On off
But,
topic on
but
the back.
what?
What'd you pull out of the bag?
But
What
I
what do we
thought we
got?
did this one already.
What
But
is
maybe
it?
we didn't. Cryptozoology.
We did do that
We
one.
did that. I thought
Yes.
we
We
did.
Yes, we do that one.
we
Jots.
We
do
did
No,
do
that
that.
one.
We did
Somehow
do
I put
that
it
one.
back in the bag. That's not good. I hate. I
Mm.
don't want to. I don't want to read the same thing again
Ken, Jess.
because.
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
what?
Jess.
What?
Jots.
Yeah, Jots.
Right.
It stands for just one of those things. That's you were talking about things being moved or moving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's called
So,
Um,
Jots.
so have anybody
uh,
has
wouldn't
anybody
that be Jutes?
has anyone experienced that? Actually seen something move or a an
Yes.
area completely change just in the blink of an eye.
I've heard
I
things
seen a
move, but
door.
I've never seen anything move.
Had a door slam in my face.
Okay.
Yo,
That moved. I
That did
was,
move.
so.
Did it move your
it did
nose?
move.
Huh?
Did
No,
it move?
I was standing. I was about 8 feet away from it when it happened. But
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Hey, you want to hear that whole story? Come to the Border Town Faircon because I'm talking about that
Oh.
There you
Well,
Yeah.
go.
that very
I
thing.
take that back. I did see something move, but it was on a camera, not my eyes. It was a video that we had taken of a place that we investigated, and the door did open on its own.
Okay.
But that
I'm just skeptical. I have a hard time believing that stuff unless you can see the entire door. You know,
right.
there's one that
Oh,
kept
you could
showing.
see the entire door.
Okay,
You see it open, and you don't see anybody. The only problem that I have with the video, though, is that I was in my beginner years, and there wasn't another camera on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So
Well, if you had a camera on both sides of every door, you would run out of money. To be
right,
able to do it. But yeah, we've done that
right.
several
That
times, and I'm like, well, you know, I don't know where how do you watch that? And then you have to watch the video. If you've been in a 6 hour
Mm,
investigation, you have a camera tied up to a door because you're waiting for it to move, and then you got to
yeah,
watch it. At least you can
yeah,
watch it fast forward because if the door moves, you can see it in fast forward.
yeah.
There you go.
But you gotta listen
Terrible.
to it first in the regular motion, so you can see if you can hear any EVPs or anything in the process if you got sound on it.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yep.
well,
Oh yeah.
the
The
craziest
joys of investigating.
Right? The joys
Right.
of evidence.
That's why I'm still behind on evidence.
I'll be doing that until I'm about 90. Um,
Yeah.
my one really amazing experience with things moving. Well, one was a ball in one of those rubber balls, about 12 inches, whatever, in a gym. It's sitting in the middle of the room. All of a sudden, it starts rolling around in circles by itself, and it kind of like a spiral. It kept getting bigger and bigger, and then it just stopped. So I've seen that.
Wow.
That was pretty crazy. But this was also at the Y. The Y was a crazy place when I used to investigate there. But the craziest one was we were preparing during Halloween season. There was a guy who actually set up the whole house or set up the whole place as a haunted house. And the main conference room upstairs on what I call the long hallway, which I loved because it was dark and it's great. So I used to give tours there, but our tour would go right through the middle of that room. There was a door here, and then there was a door on the other side. So a big conference room. And he had all these things just everywhere in there, hospital beds and a big A-frame ladder in the middle of the floor. I'm like, dude, we got a tours coming through here. We can't have all this stuff in the way. So push it all up against the side walls and move it out so we have a walkway in between. So they did. I watched them do it. I left the one door. We all left the one door, got down the hall to the next door, which was about, what, 30 feet maybe. And I look in the room, and the room was the way it was before they moved everything out of the way.
Oh wow.
I mean, the A-frame ladder was still back in the middle of the room, and the beds were all pushed in the middle. I mean, everything was just all bunched in the middle. I'm like, what? I said, can you guys fix this again? I said, looked up. I go, spirits, leave us the hell alone tonight for a
Leave it
while.
alone.
You're making it dangerous.
Right.
But that was one of the craziest movements I've actually ever seen. But it took not even, I don't even think it took 30 seconds for it to undo what a crew of three people cleaned up.
Yeah. That's
So
what.
exactly.
Well, remember last year at the expo, the thing with the ball. What?
Oh yeah, yeah, on the
Yeah.
floor.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
actually did witness that one.
Yeah.
and
I
and
forgot about
and
that.
was it Keith says, "Okay, Mr. Skeptic, explain that." I'm like, I can't. I have no idea because yeah, I okay inertia is what I'm thinking at first, and then the
Yeah.
ball stops and then goes a
The other
different
way.
direction. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, well, how can a house, how can a building, how can a floor lean every direction at the same time? Yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that I still don't have an answer for that one, and I don't like to believe things
I
like
totally
that.
wish I
I
was
don't have it.
recording that whenever I went in there because
Well,
I was totally in awe.
how many investigators were standing around watching this thing?
I know,
How
just
many of us
watching
could
it,
have
not
taken a
recording
video?
it.
None of us did. We're all like, what's it? Anyhow, yeah.
I have to look, but I did record it.
Did
Oh,
you?
Oh,
I don't know where it's at though, but
oh
that
my
was
gosh.
that
okay.
was a year ago. Come on.
So when we were at McIntyre Villa and
Yeah.
Shaw
Mhm.
and I, we slept in that front bedroom on the
Yep.
couches. Do you
Yep.
remember that balloon that like
That balloon, yeah, it did. It moved. Oh my god, I've seen all those. I'm a
yeah,
liar.
well, not only did it
Jeez.
move, it like it
Liar.
dim and then it got like because there was this balloon and it had like one of those lights in it that they would leave around the
Yeah,
house.
and
And
it
we were watching
brightened.
it, it got super bright
It
and then it
did.
dipped back down. Yeah, it was weird. I was
But
looking.
yeah, okay, I'm not a liar. I just forgot. Okay.
AGE.
AGE.
AGE, yes. Oh my god, yeah, but we didn't see it in
I took a picture
person.
of it.
We
That's how.
saw it on the
Oh,
video, and it was a
looks
live
like an
video,
orb.
and
Yeah,
somebody had told us said you need to watch it at this time frame because at this time frame the light brightens. There it is.
yeah.
And it did. You see it, it's dim, it's not moving, and then all of a sudden it starts shifting and then it brightens really bright. And I'm like, well, it could have been going dead, but it was still on when we woke up. It was
Yeah,
just
it
dim.
didn't. Yeah, and it wasn't.
It
It didn't
didn't.
continue to fluctuate. It was just that
No.
time that it didn't.
And it
and
was
it
like,
and it did
oh,
move to a different room too.
Yeah, it did.
yeah.
That was one of
Mhm.
them that moved.
So
That's why
See
she
a
kept it in there
balloon,
because they would move
but it's a
around.
balloon, right?
No, but
yeah,
it's a balloon,
but
but it's
it's
also got that weighted light
but
in
it's
it,
got
so it
weight.
Yeah,
shifts.
it's
Yeah,
got the
It's
weighted
weighted.
light in it.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
The
it
balloon,
would
it'd be
take a
easy to.
little bit of
right.
effort.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you're talking
She's
that
about
that
got.
fast.
ball, that ball was so weird because it moved and it didn't move like a
Yeah. It
and
was like all different
it kept changing
directions.
direction and it would
Yeah.
stop and then it would move again. It's like
It was
I still
And
don't
almost
I
every
still can't wrap
investigator
my
in
mind
there
around it.
jumped on the floor, went by it to try to jump
Yeah,
next to it. I mean, it was hilarious to watch all of us do all kinds of different stuff to make it do something.
for us all to shrug
And
our shoulders. Yeah, and there,
uh,
the people investigated that building go, yeah, this building's haunted.
yeah, well,
Yeah, well, okay.
no way. Now,
Yeah,
You see that
also,
they're going to have a Bigfoot calling contest this year there at the expo.
and I did you see what I said?
Uh-uh.
no.
Yeah, I said, what are you going to do if he shows up? And they're going to say we're going to hope nobody's doing mating calls. And I said they're all mating calls.
Funny.
Oh, wow. That would be a little disturbing.
that would
I,
be.
Just
Too funny.
You were
It
talking
should
about
a
be
little.
hilarious though.
yeah,
Oh yeah. It
talking
should
about
I
be.
mean,
talking about the McIntyre just a minute ago. You guys were in the front room. I was in the middle room,
Hmm.
and
Mm.
I'm just sitting on that couch towards the windows, and there's the rocking chair in the corner and a table next to it, and there was a little like a small hand mirror on the table, and lights were on in the room because I don't know, I was doing something, whatever. And next thing I know is I'm just sitting in the same spot. Next thing I know, the reflection of the chandelier is now directly in my eye.
I remember you
And
telling
I'm
us
and
that.
I'm like, oh my gosh,
Mm.
so what the hell? And I look over there and that mirror had turned. And there was
ah,
nobody in the room but me. So
Oh.
so
Just
I'm
enough to aim it in your
just
eyeball.
enough to annoy me. I'm like, well, thanks a
that's
lot,
like the
guys.
pinhole.
That's
That's
gonna
like
be
the
the ghost
pinhole
area.
in my blackout curtains. If I sleep during the day, doesn't matter where I'm at. That light is shining right in my eye. And I roll over to the other side of the bed. I got king size bed. I can move all the way over there. And I'm like, next thing you know, it's right in my eye. It's paranormal, I say.
Yeah, I can just see that light going like this and curving to keep hitting you.
Oh
I'm just
my
saying,
gosh.
the life of a night shift worker is tough. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
skeptical
No,
night
that's
shift
funny.
worker. There you go. But yeah, I mean, things do move, and I mean, I've seen cups fly off, tables, and um, Lamp Mansion. There was a glass of water in the middle of the table, and it had been sitting there for several hours. Next thing, I actually watching it from across the room, and it looked like somebody just went like this, whacked the cup. It went skittering across the table, and the water was everywhere.
Huh.
And everybody's going, "Well, who knocked that over?" I said, "I don't know, some spirit. I have no
I
idea.
don't know,
No
some
idea.
spirit.
Nonchalantly. I don't know.
It's like don't know." So,
Well, I've heard what sounded like movement. I've heard sounds like things are shifting around. Tina has heard it sounds like papers are moving and stuff like that.
hmm
Uh, we've heard it just sound like things just falling in the house, but
Okay.
I've only seen the door move.
okay.
So,
Oh.
but I've heard a lot of sounds like something definitely had to move when that happened, but it never did. So I don't know.
That's one of
Is that
those weird
I don't
things too, where you hear a huge crash. It sounds like half the
yeah.
house came down. You go running in there, and everything's
Yep.
perfectly fine. Nothing's out of
hmm
place.
Yep.
Those are
But
wild.
Tina's heard it twice because it'll happen uh, uh, while I'm away. Like she said that one time it sounded like all the cabinets in the kitchen just fell off. It was just a loud crash.
Oh.
And she was like, went to investigate it, and there's
Nothing.
nothing. And then one time, she said she even felt it. It sounded like she thought Ben was coming home, her son coming home, and hit the house with the car because she
Oh
said
wow.
Oh,
she felt it.
wow.
And no, nobody there, no damage to the house. But to feel that and to hear that and all that stuff, you would think there'd be something, but
Yeah.
nothing.
Yep.
So
That
I don't know.
Wow.
that just reminded me of something else that happened. I was at a metaphysical group. We had a meeting at somebody's house, and we had lunch and everything. And we had finished our meeting. We're all in the kitchen, small place, but there's like six of us in there, and we're all facing away from each other, packing up stuff, packing up food and different things. And all of a sudden, between all of us, right behind us, we heard what sounded like a full 2 liter bottle of soda or liquid of some kind. We could hear it whoosh and then hit the floor. And it shook the entire kitchen. It shook the walls. It made this god awful noise. And we all turned around at the same time, and there was nothing there.
That's
That's
wild.
what.
Wow,
That's
that
That
crazy.
is
was
wild.
crazy. That was totally crazy. So, but man, it
Wow.
was loud, scared the bejeebers out of all of us. I mean, we're all jumped like, "What the hell was that?" Turn around, there's nothing there. So that was pretty wild.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
Let's see.
Wow. Yep.
Have you? Okay, you talk about scared the bejesus out of you. All right, here's one.
mhm.
Have you ever been scared on an investigation?
No.
Once,
Once?
once, and I was frozen, and actually I don't know if I was scared, but I couldn't move. I didn't want to move because whatever was standing behind me was not pleasant. I could sense it was just, again, the why happened there, and like, no, I don't know what it was, but it was, something was standing behind me, and it took forever for me to take a first step to go, really, to move one step to get on the steps, go up about 6 steps. Once I got the nerve to move, yes, Adrian, I was saying some prayers. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's behind me, but make it go the other way. And
Mm,
it didn't bother me, but I could almost feel it breathing on my neck. I'm like, so I was extremely nervous, and I don't think I was all the way. I was afraid, but I wasn't over the top. Let's put it that way. Does that make sense?
I got three
mm.
stories.
Okay.
Two
Oh,
of them are at the
that
two of
just.
them are two of them are at the sanatorium. And the first one, I was given a daylight tour to this old couple, and they wanted to hear the history and they wanted to hear the scary story too. It's always
Okay.
going around and I'm talking about the stuff and things that we had experienced and what this was and what that was. And I remember we were on the fourth floor and we was getting ready to go up, and they had just asked me about what these little things were that are by the door. And I told them that I went down to the incinerators where they put their cups because they'd cough into cups and go down an incinerator. And they're like, oh, and as they went up, I always do. I always just look. just casually look, and there was a face right here, just the face, just the head, right, and I went bah,
Ah.
booed
Unexpected.
me. Uh,
Mm.
Yeah.
I, I that was it's more of a boo
I was going to
than
say
care,
more of a
right?
Yeah.
more of a
Jump
Yeah.
startle.
scare kind of. Yeah.
And then one time we were doing
Startled.
the an open to the public investigation there, and down in the basement, if you guys remember, the basement can be really dark. And so
Hmm.
we were
Yeah.
down in there. I said, just give it a moment because let your eyes, I was going through all the things, saying, let your eyes get used to the dark. You'll start to see things. There's a door at the far end. There's a light in the door, and you'll start to be able to see that. It'll come in focus. And oh, there's a ghost right here. There's a shadow person right in front of me, and the people were right behind me, maybe about 3 feet behind me, and they're like, I see him, and I'm like, he just down here, and they're like, no, he's right next to you, and I turned to the side, and there was two
Ah.
of them right at just there. So here I'm up against a wall, because the
Mm.
wall is right here, because I'm trying to stay out of their way, and I'm turned, and they're there, and I can't hear them, but they're very animated. Like you shouldn't be here. Don't need, you can see the head and a lot of gestures moving. But yeah, but of course I have like 15 people down on the floor with me, and they're all just murmuring because they're seeing all this stuff going on. And yeah, I was a little intimidated at that point. I,
Yeah.
A little.
but that was kind of funny. The other time, the only other thing I could bring on is that I could really remember. I probably throughout the years been a couple of them. Actually, there's two more. Very first investigation we went on. Uh, uh, Real investigation was that it's in Soul Catcher, the Booth Brothers show. But we were at the
Hmm.
Indian boarding school in Oklahoma, and I got my camera. I'm looking. If you ever run a camera, that's all you can see is the screen on the camera. And
Right.
I'm looking. I'm going from room to room, and I come out into the main hallway. And I look, and you can audibly hear me gasp, and I
Ah.
think I do cuss, right? It's one of those suck air moments because
Yeah.
in my screen I see a demonic face. And I pull the camera away from me, and I'm looking, and I'm like, there's nothing there. I pull the camera up, and then I'm like, I start paying attention, and I'm like, oh, and I come up, and the doors had this little slide, little piece of glass that you can see through the door, and there's a
Mm.
smudge on there. It's a dirt clod that hit the window, and in the IR camera, it just looked like a demonic face, and I was like,
It's funny.
it's great. It's one of the
Wow. Yeah.
all-time bloopers. And another time, I was sitting on a bed in a bedroom, as we do, waiting for stuff to happen. And I think it was Tina took a picture, had the flash on, took the picture, and there's a freaking doll right next to me, and
Oh.
Oh,
that made me almost pee my pants.
the flash making moves.
Yeah.
So,
The startle effect.
did you
Yep.
see in the comments? Jess said she had an experience. It was the shoe in the blue room at the retirement home that scared the crap out of her. So
Yeah.
this was an investigation that we did. It's been quite a few years ago now. I was actually it's probably 2017, 2018, sometime in there. But she had a precog dream about this the night before, and or it may have been a few days before, but she had dreamt about this. And yes, I apologize, I can't remember all the details, but all I remember was at the time when she walked in this room and saw this shoe on the floor, she nearly had a heart attack because it was exactly what she had seen in her dream. And it had a lot of meaning to her at the time, and it affected her to the point that it affected all of us,
Oh yeah.
because
Um.
she doesn't get startled. I mean, she doesn't get rattled
Yeah.
in investigations, and that rattled her, and we were all just like, "Holy crap!" Yeah,
Wow.
it was
Yeah.
pretty wild for her to be able to see something like that that was so prominent in a dream that had affected her. It stayed with her the next day, and to walk in and see it there and to have it actually be there. And yeah, it was crazy.
That's
Yeah, I
good.
don't have
Wow.
any woo
I,
woo, so I can see
I
how they could rattle at the
Yeah.
details and see something like that. I've had that. I've had deja vu moments. I had a really strong one the other day, which was kind of weird, uh, but it's like something that I had dreamed of like months ago, and here I am uh, experiencing it in real life, and I'm going, wait a minute, because I remember this. So, but yeah,
Those
I
are
don't have, like I said, I'm not woo woo. So anything that I see doesn't make any kind of sense. But I get the shoe would make
Ah,
sense. That makes sense to
yeah.
Jess.
yeah,
I don't
well,
know.
Well,
I I
that place, that retirement home, it was really, we had some really crazy experiences that night too. I was actually had just had surgery on my leg, so I was in a wheelchair, and that's the whole reason that we chose this place to go was Mike had found it, and we could get my wheelchair in there. They didn't want to leave me behind, so
oh,
they sent Mark and I in to, take baselines and everything. And we had gone in and he like, I had a hoodie on. So he put his equipment in my hoodie and was pushing me through here and it worked perfect. But, we were in there 10, 15 minutes tops. We were going around checking all the rooms and stuff. And we had come through the main entrance and down one hallway and to the end of it. And we're coming back up and we heard Jess and we were like, what? And she said, what are you guys doing? Are you okay? And we were like, yeah, why? And she was like, you have been in here forever. And we were like, no, we were looking at each other like, no, we haven't. It's only been like 10, 15 minutes. She was like, no, it's dark outside. And we're like, no, it's not. We were just at the end of the hall and the sunlight was shining in. And we turned and looked and it was dark at that end of that
Yeah, that's
hall.
what you told us about that because that's one
yeah.
of your lost time
Yes.
stories. Yeah, it's
We
weird.
were freaked out. Yeah, that's that same place where she saw this shoe
Yeah,
same
Oh,
night.
huh.
Yeah.
This
did I
place
tell
hasn't
you?
been torn down or anything yet, has it?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Hmm.
we we've
Did I? Did,
investigated one nursing home, and it's one of the only times we ever seen a laser grid work. And I got a picture, and we were there. We saw it happen. So here we are showing another picture, and everybody looks at it like I would look at it if somebody showed me theirs. Like sure.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
but really, honestly, truly, but yeah, pretty funny. Good time.
She said
Oh, wow.
Mark's experience in the other room. So Mark's our rock, right, in our team. He doesn't get any feelings. He doesn't get any sensation of anything. He can pick up the hottest object in the room and not get any anything
right.
off of it. And he stepped into one of the rooms in this building and hit a wall, came right back out, and was just ghost white. And he was like, "Oh hell no! I don't know what it is, but I can't go in this room."
Oh,
And
wow.
just all like, "What is going on?" Because he didn't, and I don't think he's ever reacted like that again since that night. It was just like that. Whatever it was strong enough. It pushed him out, and he'll tell you he's as sensitive as a rock.
Yeah,
And
well, that's what I
Oh.
say all the time. 100%. One time we were doing a bed and breakfast in Eureka Springs, and something was really just pressing on me. And I was like, this is so weird. So I picked up the phone. I call Anita, and I say, hey, Anita. She's like, you got something on you. I'm like, what? Yeah,
Oh.
that's why I'm calling you. She said, something there don't like you. You need to leave. And I'm like, so we stayed a couple more hours because that stuff doesn't. I'm like, okay, at least I'm not crazy. I thought I was crazy, but
Well, that's like at
you know,
Ashmore Estates. I mean, whenever I've only been sick one time on an investigation, and that's when I was on the 3rd floor by myself at Ashmore Estates. And I came down and I felt so nauseated. I had to have cold air. I went outside and I stayed outside for a good 30 minutes before I went back in
wow,
because I was just so sick to my stomach. And I mean, I did have that feeling that somebody wanted to push me down the stairs, but I didn't have, other than that, it was like nothing. I mean, I didn't felt anything bad. I mean, even then, it wasn't like it felt mischievous or bad. It just felt like, okay, get out of here because they don't want you here right now.
right. And
yeah.
this is the way we can get you out is to make you feel bad.
Yeah,
You're smart
yeah.
if you're smart enough to understand that feeling because the house that we'll be talking about at Bordertown that we walked into, we actually felt that presence. And Tina and I were not woo woo, and but we both felt it when we walked in that house, and so
Oh.
it's kind of uh, one of those things. We'll talk about it. It's fun. Yeah,
But
I don't feel nothing.
but
Jess did
scared.
say
Oh.
that was the only time that Marcus felt that way, and that it actually made him sick that night. It did.
Mm.
That's it.
Now you were
Yeah.
talking about
Oh my
scared
gosh.
before. Now, no, just that once I really, like I said, that presence that was right behind me. But I had been startled a couple times.
Yeah.
One, I scared the hell out of myself.
Uh,
Um, Same place, the Y, and I'm walking down the
Mirrors.
long. Yeah, it was a mirror. I was walking down and I had to be downstairs and I knew there was a shortcut through one of the closets. So I opened the door and as I turned the corner, I had my flashlight aiming to the ground. I see this person looking right at me like about a foot in front of me. You know, when you got your light facing down and
Yeah.
you see this weird, it's like going like this with a flashlight. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I went, holy, I used
Oh yeah.
whatever word I did, and I picked my
Yeah.
flashlight up. It's a
The
full
kid
length
of the day.
mirror, full length mirror. I'm looking at me. I'm like, oh my God, I scared the hell out of myself. But one of the first investigations
Ah.
that I went on was
Done
at
that.
the Lemp
I've done that.
Mansion, and I'm taking pictures. This is like 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning, whatever. Taking pictures in the basement, and I'm like, okay, click, click, click. Oh my God! I was frozen solid. A skull appeared in between the phone, or my phone, which I was using for camera, and my eyeballs, and never figured out what the heck that was, but I was frozen. I created new curse words. Uh,
Ah.
I stood there basically screaming until my friend came over and said, "What the hell are you yelling about? You're going to wake everybody up in this place." And I told her, "Get out of the way." Nobody was in my way, but everything was in my way. So yeah, that
Right.
was
Funny.
that was really
It's
really
wild.
that was a crazy experience. And when I finally talked to a few people about it, some psychic friends, and they said what they were trying to do, they weren't trying to frighten you or anything, but they were trying to show you, look what we can do. You don't
Yeah.
Ah.
know anything about us, so stop making up stories. I haven't made up stories since.
That's it.
Ah.
I learned my
All right.
lesson.
Hey, thank you, Joe, so much for being on this week with us, and
I
Those
did
were
we'll
get it
have you.
back. I did hear
Well,
back from him. He had to work late and he apologizes. We'll have to
uh,
reschedule. I told him it might be next season. So,
so
Joe.
we might have
Joe,
you. We
those
might have you
Joe
on.
Joe. Those
It's a
were
great
great
show.
topics. Great topics we talked
yep,
about tonight.
great
So
topics.
thank you.
Next week we're going to actually have
Joshua
Joshua Dia.
yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one we thought was going to be on this week because we somehow skipped a whole week. Because I remember us
Oh
talking about this.
no. Yep,
That's right.
Animals Expedition. That's
That's it.
right. Yep, yep. That's
Thanks,
next week.
Jess.
Very good.
So he'll be here.
Yes,
Oh,
as
oh,
far as I know.
maybe.
I'll send him a reminder
Otherwise,
now.
otherwise you get the bag again. Anyhow,
Dun,
anyway,
dun.
Right? Thanks,
it's fun.
Jess.
Well,
I like
this
that
I'm
guy.
yammer.
going back to UAP hearing breakdown videos. Ah, have fun, Enzo.
All right, all.
And thanks to those
Let's
that were
get over
listening
here.
on the Twitch side.
Good times. See you
Enzo,
Good
guys
have
next week.
vibes.
fun. Jess,
Bye.
thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.